Much delayed, but always worth the wait. The La Liga Smartbank playoffs kick off tonight with a meeting between the sides who played 4th and 5th respectively. In the Segunda División table, it's Almería travelling to Girona in a game that has an air of familiarity, but also plenty of novelty. These two sides faced off just over a month ago here at Montilivi. Cristian Stuani scoring the only goal in a 1-0 win for the hosts. It was only a month ago, but there have been changes in the dugout since then. Almeria's managerial merry-go-round has seen the combination of Nandinho and Mario Silva sent on their way. Jose Gomes takes charge of the first game since his appointment. There's never a dull moment at the southern Spanish club, who have a chance to return to the top flight for the first time since 2015, should they win these playoffs over the next couple of weeks. I'm Duncan Bishop, joined tonight by Manu Vieira. You'll have heard him on our coverage of plenty of Girona and Almeria games in the regular season. Manu, good evening. Plenty to look forward to in this one.
Good evening, Duncan. I'm glad to join you. Yes, we start today after 3 weeks, the playoff, the promotion playoff. Tonight is a big night for both sides. Two of the big teams at the beginning of the season, both with the main target of go back to the Spanish top flight. Both had, I would say, like problems during the season. Girona had 4 managers, Almeria 5, so both struggled a little bit, but we have to analyze a lot today, mainly about the visitors. Almeria with new manager playing, we'll see soon the lineups with a new system for Almeria, but we have a lot to analyze in the next coming minutes, Duncan.
It's all a little bit of an unknown. These two teams will become very familiar with one another, though they played twice in the space of but a few days. The fixture tonight, the return leg on Sunday. The winners will go through to play the winners of the other semi-final, the game between Real Zaragoza and Elche. And something of an unknown, though, at the moment. As he said, first game in charge for Jose Gomes. He's been out of work since November, when he departed Maritimo in the Portuguese Primeira Liga, and he's had 2 weeks to get accustomed to his squad. But it has been a real turnaround, hasn't it? Guti shipped out after seemingly doing a fairly good job, and then just the briefest of spells in charge for that combination of Mario Silva and Nandinho, who does stay on in the assistant's role at Almeria.
Yeah, it's 5 managers from the owner, Turki Al-Sheikh, this season. Girona changed the manager. Francisco Rodriguez is now the manager, just to qualify into the playoff. Almeria is doing more or less the same, just to get promoted to La Liga Santander. Let's see what we can expect from Jose Gomes today. Analyzing the lineup, we're going to check it soon, but I think he will play 3 at the back. But this manager known, I mean, he's known already in Spanish football. He was the assistant of Gesualdo Ferreira in Malaga for 9 games. As an assistant manager of Gesualdo, he got a lot of success in the Portuguese football with Porto, winning the league at the end of the last century in 2009. So he's a manager that knows the Spanish football. In theory, he likes to move the ball from the back, but analyzing the lineup, we can see that Girona won the last 4 games at home, and today for sure Almeria didn't want to concede a lot, just to leave the tie open for the game on Sunday.
Well, we see him there with the blue bib, a man who's been key in those victories you talked about, Manu. Cristian Stuani, top goal scorer in the regular season for Girona with 29 goals. Girona and he both took a real gamble, a real leap of faith, sticking with the Catalan side for this season. He would have had plenty of offers to join top flight sides with the kind of goal-scoring form he was in last season. He's the man in the blue bib. He is the standard. He's the man who's provided the majority of Girona's goals. They really are, even though they have talent in their side, more or less a one-man team at the moment.
Yeah, he's the special one. He's fair to say. He's, I would say, the best player of La Liga Smartbank this season. His numbers show that, and today he's like the master against the pupil, because he's an Uruguayan duel. Darwin Núñez, the number 9 of Almeria, he's only 21 years old. Stuani is 33. It's like he will follow his steps. Now Núñez scored, I think, was 16. Yeah, it was 16 goals. Stuani much more. I think his history of Girona in the last 3 seasons is an amazing player, amazing striker. I would say to the kids, if you want to be a number 9, just learn from Estuani, all his plays, of how he moves, how he ends all the plays. He's an amazing striker, this guy.
Well, Christian Stuani has kept faith with Girona. He believed that he could get them back up to the top flight. He's just potentially 4 games away from doing so. We shall see if he sticks around, if Girona fail to earn promotion. A lot at stake for the Catalan club. We're around about 10 minutes away from kickoff here. We're just seeing the Girona players warming up. It's going to be interesting to see them in action. They have had a little bit of a rest, which will have been very welcome for them. We've had a really packed fixture list since the return to action of La Liga Smart Bank in that unscheduled break following the COVID-19 pandemic, and teams have been playing every 3 days or so. They will have enjoyed this brief rest.
Yeah, both teams not so constant with the results. Girona 4 wins, 4 draws, 3 defeats since restart. In the last game we saw they lost at Santo Domingo. Every team was very tight. They have 2 weeks to prepare, 3 weeks of resting if we count since last match day. So I think it's been good for them. They didn't have like solid performances, both teams. Girona, either Almería, that's why so many managers with really big squads. For Girona, 2020 is the 90th anniversary, so for them to be back in the Spanish top 5 after 2 seasons, they had 2 seasons for the first time in La Liga Santander, is a mandatory. They need that. If not, let's see if they will be able to keep all the big salaries and the big squad they have. Is one of the best of La Liga Smart Bank as well for Almería, of course, with a new owner.
Well, they were talked about as one of the favourites to come straight back up. Girona, they haven't had it easy. Lots of teams have found some form and then dipped, and we've seen that even at the top of the table. Cadiz throwing away a double-digit lead, eventually finishing only 2nd in La Liga Smartbank. Huesca nicking that top spot on the final day of the season. Zaragoza also dropping off now in the playoffs, despite having challenged at one point late on in the season for 2nd place and also the top spot. It just takes that little dip in form and things can go awry. And Girona and Almería, they've both looked to bring in new coaches and tried to use that momentum. It does bring a risk of unsettling the side, but in recent weeks, form has been relatively decent for both teams. They've been able to crawl across the line, and now everything resets. It doesn't really matter who finished 4th, who finished 5th, who finished 3rd, who finished 6th. All of the fixtures in this one very, very tough in the playoffs.
Definitely, Duncan. And we also have to analyze that Girona is the 2nd best team at home this campaign, so that's the main thing. Surely they want to make a gap today, have a good result to go to travel to south to Almería, and Almería playing on the road is also one of the best, so it's a very interesting game. I think it's 4th best team of La Liga Smart Bank playing on the road, so let's see how they can perform today. But as you say, not very solid performances, but today everything starts from 0. It's like a small competition, just 4 games to go to reach the sky, so the sky is the limit, Duncan.
Well, we don't really have what has happened at some points, especially in other leagues when it comes to the playoffs, in which the team in 3rd place has a huge advantage over the team in 6th. That gap was only 4 points at the end of the campaign. No side can really feel too hard done by if they don't manage to make it into La Liga Santander next season. We're awaiting the arrival of the 2 teams through the tunnel. We're just having a look around at Montilivi, where it's been slightly overcast today. Temperatures still hot in the high 20s. This game, remember, will be played behind closed doors according to the La Liga and club protocol, as will all of the games in the playoffs. Still unknown as to when we are going to get a return of fans to the stadiums around Spain. We're just seeing one of those precautions, the spraying down of the goals, which we can't confirm will be manned by Asier Riesco and Antonio